We are Christina and Yadel, and 7 years ago we fell absolutely in love with each other, and we had so many goals that we thought we weren't going to finish, and we absolutely did finish them. And last video we showed you everything we've done since we've been together, married, moved out of the city, and now living on a farm with lots of animals and even family, including mom. But our goal doesn't end there, and we want to take you on our new journey of buying a school bus and living off grid, traveling the world, and seeing what God has out there for us. We feel like our story isn't quite settled here yet, as we are farmers, we're homesteaders, we're married, we want a family, but we also want to travel and see the world. And by telling you guys our story, we can do that. We can travel the world, and this is just the comfortability that we have to grow and get our accomplishments down. We have so many goals in life and so many things that we want to accomplish, and the only way we are going to do it is if we try. And we're going to continue to try to get our goals done, because we've done so much within 6 years of being together, and we're very proud. But we have one more goal to finish. We just made it to the gas station, so we're filling up our car. We can go see 2 buses today. We're gonna go see 2. Both of them are in our area, and they're the best ones that we can find in our area. One of them, we actually found one in Palatka that's already a skoolie, but we don't know. We don't know if it's a good one or if it's a bad one. It's already painted and it has a lot of stuff in the inside. It still needs a lot of work, but I don't know. What did you want to go see? The 2 in Hawthorne. There's 2 in Hawthorne that we're gonna go see. One of them is in Hawthorne and one of them is in Melrose. I don't know. We're not settling, because if you guys don't know, we were gonna go with a van, and then we changed our minds. Now we're going with a bus. We were gonna go with a short bus, and then we changed our mind again. Now we're going with a long bus. We're probably still gonna go see the vans. We still aren't settled. A lot of you guys were saying coach buses as well, so we might go see some coach buses. And we're not settling for the first thing. One, because we want to make sure it has no mechanical issues, because we will be traveling. And we also would like for it to come with already an RV title. If it doesn't, that's fine. But we'll kind of figure it out. We'll figure out what we can do and stuff. What do you think?
I think it's good.
Yeah. We're really excited to see what's out there for us.
Florida 26 East.
Our first finds on Facebook Market were close to us, so that is one thing that we were looking for, something close that we didn't have to drive it very far if it needed any upkeeping. So here goes one that we checked out here in Hawthorne, Florida. It's a 2003 Freightliner school bus, and it is one that has a title of an RV, so we did not need to change out any titling or have any problems with getting insurance, since it already has the RV title. Another thing, it was driven down from Mississippi to Florida, so he did mention that where there was not as much rust, which we kind of did see a little bit of rust, but that is normal as we are going to be ripping out everything. Now this bus did have some things that were a little questionable that we might have to stay clear from, which one being the tire, which is easy because he did have another tire, so all we had to do was get somebody out here to actually repair that tire in order to have it moved. The engine and everything seemed like it ran great. We didn't actually test drive this. We let him just run it for a while, and we just knew that it wasn't for us, so we didn't want to waste his time at this point, especially with all the wiring that was hanging out, and we kind of just wanted to stay clear of that because we don't know what could have maybe been disconnected or reconnected, and we just really didn't want those issues. Overall, the bus did look amazing, and if we didn't have to change out the windshield, we might have just jumped on it. Another thing is all the wiring was just a little bit confusing. We don't know what could have been disconnected or reconnected like mentioned, and it is something that we wanted to stay clear from as well. We are wanting everything to be closed in, whether it was touched or not, because we want the original actual coverings that the bus brings. We wouldn't want to have to sit here and order all of that. It is an easy process, but again, that is just our preference, and that is something that we are just looking for, something that is already covered, and we don't have to worry about looking for the plastics to go over that to fix it. Now, he did start the bus and everything worked really good. This one actually was the best one. We're going to be showing you another bus, and that one had a little bit of difficulties turning on, but now this one turned on perfectly. So when it comes to the appearance, we're not really worried about that. We were worried about more of the engine, motor turning on and things like that, and then we can bring in a mechanic to check out everything else for us. But this bus we definitely had to pass on because we didn't like the little things that were missing. If we're gonna spend a good $6,000 or $5,000 on a bus, even up to $10,000, we want to make sure that the bus is going to be good and ready to go and hit the road once we get done with actually remodeling it. Unfortunately, after talking with Yadel, this was not the bus for us as mentioned before, but we are still on the lookout for our bus and it will happen soon. We know it will. We're just going to keep praying about it and making sure this is what we're supposed to be doing. And it just feels so right looking at the buses. Now, did we find one that we truly love? We have not. So we have to keep going with our search. Oh yeah, I seen.
Look underneath of it. Everything I see on it is giving me.
Now this bus right here is our second location. This is also in Hawthorne. They wanted $6,500 for this bus. Now what they want and what the bus is worth is completely different, and I'm not trying to lowball or knock anybody, but it was just not worth it. It wasn't worth it for us, and it definitely wasn't on the top of our list. Now I want a flat base bus. Yadel does not, so it was something that we had to compromise on. And at the end of the day, it was something that we did not love. We did not love this bus. It took a minute for it to turn on. It also had a little bit of a choke when it hit the road. It kind of stalled a little bit where it didn't have the strength to actually pull the bus. And I can understand that, being that it is a 1990 Bluebird. And it does have a diesel engine, so that is something something that's really good. Another great thing is that it had only 150,000 miles, which is awesome for a diesel. And it had no seats already. It runs and drives, but it just didn't convince us that that is where we needed to be and what we needed to have. We did love the size of the bus. That was great. But this bus did have a few things that were just a little bit questionable, and me and Yadel just did not want to take that chance. Of course, we are going to be traveling the whole United States with this bus, so we want to make sure that it is something that is going to get us to and from where we need to be, and we just felt like this was not it. Even without having a mechanic come out here, you can actually feel it, you can hear it, and it just was not it, especially for $6,500. It was just overpriced, and it was not something that we truly loved. You can see it here, and I'm actually going to stop talking so you guys can actually hear the bus and you can actually see how it's running. Now, he did go up to 65, and that is the most that it goes, which that is how it is for most buses. They do not go over 65. Some of them can go over 75, but it just depends what kind of bus it is and what year it is. This one was a little bit older, so you did have to take that into consideration, but we did not love her.
Oh, so you gotta watch load and live.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, like maintenance, regular maintenance. Unfortunately, as mentioned, this was not the bus for us, so we will be passing on this bus and we will continue our search, and we thank you guys for coming on the search with us. Like we said, this journey is not going to be easy finding a bus that's on wheels for us, and we absolutely understand that whether it takes a month or 6 months to find our home on wheels, we are going to take our time because, like I said, we will be in there, our dogs will be in there, our family will be traveling with us, and we need to make sure that we're going to be safe and that this bus is going to get us to and from where we need to be.